Greetings, family, and welcome to another episode of Dr. Mumbi's spiritual show in the Speak the Truth, for the truth shall make you free series. I think it's going to become a series now, family. Thanks to every single person that has subscribed to the channel. Thanks for all your emails. Thanks for all your comments, family, all the love you give me through the comments. And thanks to everyone that supports us through Patreon and PayPal. We appreciate, love you so much. We can't stop saying that because really we wouldn't do the show if it wasn't for you guys. We would not have been here because remember, we were one of the ones who revealed a lot about the jibby jab, and we've been punished continuously for that, but we don't regret it at all. Anyway, family, as my life has gone on expanding and changing, I'm realizing that there's nothing for me to chase because we are supposed to be magnets for what we want. That's how this world works. You think and your reality manifests. And I found that the thing that has moved me faster, has put me on a fast track to living in paradise, has been the healing I have done on myself. And the only way I've been able to heal is by inner and understanding exactly what happened. Understanding that narrative. And one of the hardest narratives it's been that I've really struggled to understand, family, has been the abuse as a child, especially the sexual abuse. A lot of us, chosen ones, went through things we can't even, we were so traumatized we hid them in the deepest parts of us. And those are now acting as handicaps to where we're trying to go. And that's why the Most High, our spiritual team, is all about our healing. That is the only thing, the Most High is putting on me is heal, heal, heal. And the more I heal, the more my life changes right before my eyes. But I could never understand why. Why is it that an adult would SA a child? And you know something, family, first of all, let me even just take a step back. When the memories start to return, that should be confirmation to you that you've started healing. Rejoice when the memories start to return. Because so many of us were drugged, family. So that we would never remember, and that trauma would stay as like a cancer within us. It would stay as like a hook in us, where we would perpetually feel this shame, but we didn't know where the shame was coming from. So, it's like family. I remember when I was like 7 or 8, maybe 9. My mother had just started dating Mzungu man. We honor the ancestors in the wind. Wow. They're really here. We lived in a 2-bedroom apartment, and this particular man that she ended up, Errol, he's barking at someone, and he was dating this Mzungu. She was dating this Mzungu man, and I just remembered the other day that because we lived in a 2-bedroom house. And the Mzungu man was staying in a place called Norfolk Towers, which, if you're Kenyan, you know that place, which was basically like a studio apartment. And family, she would come and take me out of my bed in my bedroom and drive me to this Mzungu man's house, or a bed sitter. And there used to be a couch over there. and then there was their bed, and she, and I always wondered about that. And I think I asked her once, and she was like, oh, I want you to be safe. But I was like, why would you remove me from a bed and put me on a couch to sleep on a couch in a hotel, and you and your mzungu man are in bed over there? Like, but I grew up so afraid, family, so traumatized. I don't even know why I'm sharing this story, but I had a hypnotherapy session and that memory came back to me, family, because I don't remember anything. I just remember being on that couch, blacking out. I remember myself sometimes in the bathroom. I don't even remember much, family. But when I had my hypnotherapy session, the level of shame I felt made me start to question, was I touched? What was going on? Anyway, because it's like my memory has been totally wiped, family, and I know a lot of you will relate with this. Oh my God, I haven't cried in a long time. Oh, the ancestors in the wind. Anyway, I had a hypnotherapy session and I went back to that time, family. And it messed with my head a while. And so I've been doing a very deep dive on why a lot of us were touched inappropriately. Because it's only in understanding some of these things that we can be truly free. And the reason sex has been at the center of these people taking power from us has been because of performing a ritual. That thing when they say when two become one, like when whoever you sleep with, your soul and their soul become one soul. I've said this so many times, family, and I never even connected it to childhood sexual abuse. When your soul and your another soul are intimate, you become one. They seep into you, and you seep into them. And that's why a lot of us were molested. Some of us even sexually penetrated in our boarding schools. These private, expensive boarding schools that the elite and the middle class love to send their children to. The reason they did that, family, was so that they could tap into us and be a part of us. And the problem I have with the Christian faith is because I was spiritually wed to my mother. And I went to a very powerful evangelist. I was even under her. And she saw it and she told me, you and your mother, you're really close. And maybe she was not in a position to tell me the truth. But you see that thing of not telling people the truth? Everyone who has kept the truth from people will pay. If you had an opportunity to save a chosen one and you did nothing, you are as bad as the person who did what they did to them. Because we have been in a deep slavery, family. It's funny because I was talking to a few of us girls who went to this school called St. Andrew's Turi, which was like a super elite school in Kenya. And First of all, none of us remember our time there in primary school. We were sent to boarding. I think my mom sent me to boarding when I was like 6 or something. And all of us had problems with our reproductive health in the later age. Our periods came early. We had so many complications, heavy periods, cramps, all these things. All of us had the same symptoms. And we know, family, that they had to tap into our energy, whether they used machines or whether they did it physically themselves. The way they tapped into our energy is through our sacral. That's how they bound us. And through the many rituals that they did, we were now one. It's like we were married to our mothers or we were married to our father's family. And that's why they could always pull on us. I shared this in another show where I was talking about how, actually I was sharing this with a friend of mine and she told me the same thing. I was telling her how, when my mom used to have issues or when she'd be going broke, she always used to come and tell me. And so as like a 5-6-year-old kid, I was always overburdened with, oh my God, we don't have rent money, we don't have this, we don't have that. Oh my God, my mom is sick, because one of the biggest fears she put in me is that she would die and I'd go off to our horrible relatives. And I don't even think they're horrible. I just think they're cowards because they never protected me. And they knew what was going on. They know where I'm from. They know this story. And they'll pay for that family. But that is where we need our healing. That is how we escape, family. By confronting the shame of what happened to us. And then seeing it, I'm not talking about just like intellectualizing it, but taking a step back. And recognizing that these are a lot of us were dealing with very high level magicians, with covens, like the Eastern Star and the Masons and all that, who had been taught by the Mzungu how to, the dark arts. And some of them, they were dark artists themselves. They taught them Mzungu and they combined their powers in these secret societies. But the reason you were touched inappropriately is because that's how they accessed your power, family. So release the shame of thinking there was something wrong with you, or you were too sexual, or you were inappropriate, or it's your fault. And fully come to terms with the fact that we are at war. We were born into a war, into a spiritual war zone. And that war zone was not just our nations, but some of us, our families. For we do not wage war against flesh and blood, but against serious wickedness in high places, family. And they were just scientists. They do that to extend their lives. They do that to look young, to look radiant, to take your beauty. They do that to use that energy to accumulate incredible wealth. But all those are just castles in the sky. And I just share this, family. Not really even to expose my family. We're beyond that now. But to give you the tools to release any shame you may have connected to what happened to you as a child. We need to talk about what happened in those boarding schools, family. What happened in those Christian boarding schools. And may still be going on till today. But those are stories for other days. Tuko pamoja.